Um, we often talk about the situation in the Cook territories. I think in the last years we didn't see mm, big, super big, like 2010 events. What are the reasons or why resistance in Cook territories sometimes is being seen from outside as currently sleeping or a little bit?
Yes, I read a Nigerian famous and prominent Nigerian author whose name is Katib Yasin, who said, اجعلوا الشعب بين ثورة وثورة يعيش. Lead the people between the revolution and the revolution, rest a time. لهم أحاسيس, they have sense. They should marry it. They should. It's very clear. For example, from an author who experienced the resistance, the Algerian resistance, and he said it clearly that for the Sahrawis also they are human beings. So I spent years, for example, for the civil resistance, and I was able, for example, to spend 3 decades. Some people could not. Some people are less. Some people are more than me. So we have take it in considerations, these things. And I don't say that the Intifada or the resistance have been slipped. Even it slipped sometimes, but it comes again more, dynamics and more, active than before. It's the same thing, 2005, 2010, 2013, 2019. And the Moroccans themselves, they expecting that the Sahrawis will, you know, uh, develop or uh, uh, improve the rhythm of the resistance. But we always thinking also that the Moroccans have a systematic policy, Hector. Parallel with this, always Moroccans, they always afraid, always, even they bring the settlers, even they bring the armies, even they bring every services in Western Sahara. There is more than 15 intelligence services in occupied Western Sahara. So the agents are always in cafes, in every street. They control everything because they are knowing that the Sahrawis have, a specific kind of resistance. And of course, if the Intifada slipped a while, but it will come more dynamics another time. So it depends of the new strategies. It depends of a lot of uh, complexity of the events that is taking place. Some Sahrawis, they say that we could, for example, going on the same rhythm. But there is no, for example, when is hearing this. The international community is trying to ignore this resistance. Why, for example, they are seeing the music and they're seeing the brutality of the Moroccan occupied territories, authorities, and they try to grant the impunity of the perpetrators. I couldn't, for example, always be a victim, always. I have friends of mine that they are behind bars, so they have been uh, sentenced to life, perpetua. There is a lot of others 20 years. Their crimes is carrying cameras. It's kind of, I mean, terrifying the others, not to bring to the cycle of the resistance, because you will pay a heavy price on that. A lot of Sahrawis, the young people, don't care, but they think that if I will go to the prisons in 20 years or 30 years, I have to bring, I want to go there with some things that I believe that it deserve. Not, for example, to arrest me in 20 years just because Karim Kamera was saying just few words, in an interview. I have to pay this on some things that deserve to, not for example. So this is the situations in the ground. But I always believe that we should open discussions between the Sahrawi activists and the occupied territories to share their experiences and to improve the level of the resistance given the Moroccan, or knowing the systematic policy of the Moroccan occupiers, how they are working from inside the occupied territories. You know, otherwise, I cannot, for example, speak about the strategy of Polisario. Maybe I don't know. It depends to them. But we always call, for example, for an extraordinary Congress for Polisario in order to deal with the new developments in that, and how to improve the fields, the important fields. For example, I mean, the occupied territories, the media, communication, for example, the diplomacy, and of course, because it's a priority for us.